welcome Star Wars fans all across the galaxy. This is Uneducated Star Wars Talk, brought to you by the Uneducated Network. I'm your host, Chris Lambert, and thanks for making me a part of your day. Now, we got more drama going on with Star Wars, more drama going on within Lucasfilm. Colin Trevorrow was director of Episode 9. He stepped out. They put out a statement saying they mutually agreed to part ways on the film, that their visions wasn't adding up to the same. And this is bad news and also good news because it's not. They haven't started filming. The film actually is scheduled to hit production early next year, so it's good that they didn't like the Han Solo movie get halfway done with the movie and then realize, hey, we got to part ways. So kudos to Lucasfilm for not getting too deep into production and having to pull the plug. They noticed the problem early on and got rid of the problem, I guess. Now, Colin Trevorrow, fans have been, not all fans, but a lot of Star Wars fans have been calling for his head ever since the release of his latest movie, The Book of Henry. It didn't do well financially, didn't do well critically. I ain't gonna say nobody liked the movie because I'm sure there's people in the world who like the movie. He also did direct Jurassic World, which I loved. I'm a big fan of the Jurassic Park series, and that was a good reintroduction back into that world, like J.J. Abrams did with the Force Awakens. It was a lot similar and a lot different in his own right, and I think he did well with that. I was at first excited to him be announced as the director for Episode 9, and I'm not hurt or blown away that he's left because I did kind of see it coming once the Book of Henry got all that flack and fans was calling for his head. And with the recent stuff happening with Han Solo and they directors, so it's completely plausible why this happened, and that they wanted to get rid of any problems before it got too deep within production, like I keep saying. But just wanted to let y'all know that a little bit of bad news. But like I said, I hate to see people lose their job, but kudos to Lucasfilm for getting it done early and not too deep within the project. And I'm excited. I want to see who's gonna be next to take a crack at it. Some people think Rian Johnson because they have had no problems with him with Episode 8. It's been all smiles. It's been all good with Episode 8. We haven't had no problems. And J.J. Abrams, we didn't hear anything about that with the Force Awakens, but it's gonna be a pretty tough task for anybody to close out this sequel trilogy, and I can't wait to see who they let take a crack at it. But that leaves me with two questions. That just leaves me with two questions. Why can't Lucasfilm get it done with these directors, the majority of directors, because like I said, it's not all of them, but why can't they get it done with their directors more early on and before they even hire these guys? Like, why isn't they plans and their visions online and on parallel from the beginning? Like, not from the beginning, but they're able to weed out who they want to hire and who they don't want to hire based off their creative visions before they get hired. Why is it they're hiring people and then figuring out that they not working out? And my second is, what do y'all think about this? What do y'all think about Lucasfilm and their director issues? Is Star Wars having problems with pre-production and production issues? Let me know in the comments. But on a way better note, I finished the book Phasma, and it is great. It's great. I love not the characterization, because you don't get the. It's not a. You don't want to root for Phasma. You're not sympathetic for Phasma. It just shows you how much of a badass she is. And like I said in my last video, Phasma is a straight savage in this book, and it's great to see. She reminds me. I haven't played the game For Honor, but she reminds me of. She strikes me as somebody who would be in that game with her axe and sword wielding, and it gives her the badassery that we expected from her, and that she has that presence with her when she's walking around in The Force Awakens. We got to see all that. We got more backstory on her journey from Parnosis is where she's from, and it was not even a backwater planet. It was like basically a dead planet. The Empire listed it as inhabitable because of some things that had happened in the past there. And the book was just great. Like I say, you get to learn a lot more about Phasma. You got to see a different part of the Star Wars world too, because where she came from was a lot more primitive. They didn't have the technology that we used to in Star Wars. They knew what blasters was for the most part. They came up on some data pads from earlier generations from the world, because they say that they used to thrive in earlier generations, but something happened that just completely wiped out their world, and they've been just surviving off of really anything that they can get their hands on. And I really liked it that, because that was a different part of the Star Wars world. I don't think we've really seen that in Star Wars before, the more primitive way of living. And we get to see, once again, from not really the First Order's point of view, but we get to see through the eyes of the a training officer named Cardinal for the First Order, and he basically works with the youth that they bring in and trains them up to be soldiers. And the whole story is basically being narrated from an interrogation point of view. Cardinal's trying to get dirt on Phasma from this resistance spy named V. And basically, the book revolves around that interrogation. She's telling a story that she learns from a survivor of Phasma's clan that Phasma wipes out when that they leave. And like I said, it was a great book. I'm not gonna delve too deep into it, because I want y'all to read it. It's a great book. Denali S. Dawson read it. Great job to her. I want to see her write another one, because this was a great book. Like I said, Phasma still has some of a lot of that mystery to her, because we don't get a lot from Phasma. We get a lot from Phasma, but we're not delving in her head to see what she's thinking, how we did with Thrawn. It's most so other people's point of view of her actions and stuff like that. But still, it's very enjoyable. I say pick it up, give it a read, or listen if you use Audible. And it was just a great book. Check it out. I want to know what you guys think. Let me know in the comments. Leave a like, subscribe to the channel, give us a like on Facebook. Until next time, I'm Chris Lambert. I'll see you next time.